2020 was a challenging year, and when I look back and think about it, it reminds me of the start of a Charles Dickens novel, The Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. In many ways, it was the worst of times. We've had over 1 million people lose their lives and the devastating impact of families around them. We saw the best of ourselves in the selfless ways that our frontliners stepped up to serve the community and how we as a community responded. Well, on a personal level, I look forward to the ability to travel to Australia to meet my 80-year-old mother and to San Francisco to meet my 21-year-old son, who I haven't seen for over a year. On a more business level, 2020 showed us what we can do and the way forward. The adoption of technology in healthcare shows incredible promise to enhance our daily lives. In South Korea, Lunit developed Insight CXR, an artificial intelligence software built on Azure, which supports radiologists in interpreting chest X-ray readings to instantly detect and diagnose COVID-19 infections. In Thailand, the Ministry of Public Health is adopting a data-driven strategy against the COVID-19 pandemic. Together with Thai startup Feedback 180 Degrees, we developed a platform to pool data that drives the work of a medical personnel. The tool now has more than 1,500 daily users with data covering 966 hospitals across the nation. Who would have thought that digital would help key government processes go faster or better? Supreme Court of the Philippines held video conferencing hearings to ensure that cases were heard in a timely manner and in compliance with the government's social distancing and remote work guidelines. In the first 9 days, 4,683 persons deprived of liberty were released. Let's look at education. We worked with the educational broadcasting system in South Korea to deploy Microsoft Azure, expanding its system services capacity by 500 times within 2 weeks, and granting access to 3 million middle and high school students. Digital facilitated learning to go on. 2020 has led to a phenomenal shift in end user behavior, us, and we're not going back. The successful adoption of online platforms, video conferencing, digital collaboration tools, and e-commerce has ensured that these will continue to remain permanent fixtures in our everyday lives. Suddenly, we were in a world where businesses had to empower their customers to buy their products and services online and have it shipped within a timely manner. In New Zealand, leading rural supplies and services cooperative Farmlands quickly turned around a new online ordering system so that people could continue receiving essential food items. In a week, their click and collect e-commerce platform completed 4 times as many transactions as the previous platform had completed in a full year. Aside, organizations realized the need for agile operations. AI and machine learning tools will provide valuable operational insights so that businesses can make better data-driven decisions and react more swiftly to disruptions in supply chain. With more people working away from the office, from homes, from cafes, and other places, there's a need for organizations to safeguard their assets and develop preparedness plans so that they could be quickly reacting in the case of any security breaches. On a business level, it's impetus for technology companies like Microsoft and others to understand what's the next wave of innovation required to help people continue to stay on digital platforms to live many parts of their daily lives and achieve and continue to achieve the benefits that we talked about earlier. With everyone moving online and leveraging digital solutions in every aspect of their lives, we now have a tremendous amount of feedback from customers, partners, and our own experiences, and even from people around us. It has revealed some gaps and opportunities in our current levels of technology and showed us what would be required for our future digital world. We now have an opportunity to make technology better than ever before and innovate with a focus on people centricity. That even when the pandemic situation improves, there's no reason to go back to the old way of doing things. On a professional level, what we saw at this time was that people created the time to grow in their capabilities and skill sets. Since 2019, we have had a regional partnership with Grab to equip driver partners with necessary digital skills through training, skilling, and career development. As of April 2020, we've trained 379,000 active driver partners in Indonesia. In 2020, we let ourselves open to new ways to live, work, and play. Simply because traditional ways of carrying out our daily activities were not feasible or possible. Simply put, we had no choice. In the year and years ahead, we will have a choice. And I hope that we will continue having the same level of open-mindedness, which is required for us to continue to grow, innovate, adopt new technologies, and move society forward.